Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatiana, and of course, I am glad to be back. It is what's today? Saturday the 7th, right? It's Saturday the 7th. I actually just came on here today because I was like going through like YouTube and I seen this video about straight men essentially claiming that they are delivered, that they no longer like demons is no more after they've had sexual feelings or even had different sexual acts with men, and once they got a hold of religion, they just wanted to exercise their walk with God and realize like this ain't the lifestyle for them. So I have my own thoughts. I'm gonna say this as somebody who was sexually taken advantage of by a girl. Well, two girls actually. Sexually taken advantage of by two girls at two separate times in my life when I was a little girl. Still in the single digits, right? Um what I want to say is, first, your sexual identity or your sexuality is not your identity. Who you are to the core of you is not who you invite into your bedroom. So let's just get that out of the way. You should never be ashamed of liking what you like. However, my theory is to tell if you're genuinely attracted to the opposite sex or not, ask yourself, outside of feeling wanting to get a release from them, or just outside of just sexual desire, do you have a natural attraction for them? And if the answer is no, sometimes your attraction is just rooted in trauma. Sometimes it's just rooted in trauma. Like, if you wouldn't carry about your day-to-day lives with these people, if you didn't want to hold hands, go to the movies, like really like build like regular relationships with them, romantic relationships with them, 9 times out of 10, it's just rooted in trauma. And you shouldn't feel ashamed for that. Unfortunately, like myself, you weren't given the opportunity to figure out naturally what you like. And you had somebody swoop in and take advantage of you sexually. And what you're attracted to is the feeling that you got when you first were assaulted, raped, molested, whatever it may have been. And you're attracted to that feeling. Not necessarily, you're attracted to the adrenaline that you felt the first time that this situation happened to you. And it could have been a messed up situation, but you still could have liked it. Your body, you can't help what the body is you can't help how your body reacts to certain kind of situations. That's why I urge people to stop um judging folks. Like, there have been people who have said like, well, if he raped you, how could you manage to still get wet? You your brain and your body, though they are connected, react completely different in specific situations. So you could know in your head like, this don't feel right, this seem wrong, but your body like it feels good. It's stimulated. So somebody could be touching on your breast, they could be touching on your vagina, or if you're a male, they could be touching on your penis, your behind, whatever the case may be. You could be stimulated by these things, and you could think to yourself, if you're engaging with the same sex, like, okay, this feels good, but I don't know if this is necessarily right. Like, outside of this, like, let's just put society and what the expectations are for, you know, the expectations for cis het men and women to be together, right? Fuck all of that. I'm saying just for you, for yourself, if none of those things existed, w- with experiencing all that you've experienced, with being touched on by these particular people, would you still have a natural attraction to them outside of sex or sexual acts? And if the answer is no, again, what you may be feeling is just attraction rooted in trauma. It's just attraction rooted in trauma. And unfortunately, you weren't given an opportunity to naturally figure out what you like and what you don't like. And to be honest with you, I'm still navigating that myself because there are still certain things that I like. And I can't help but to like these things because Pandora's box was opened up for me at a very young age. And it's just like, you know, I couldn't see myself being with a woman. I couldn't see me even actually as an adult having sex with a woman to that degree. Like, you know what I'm saying? But in my mind, am I still attracted to certain kind of things? Yes. Would I categorize myself as gay or any of those things? No. Because I believe that a sickness, I'm not even going to call it a sickness. I believe that a sickness from somebody else was placed upon me. And it doesn't confuse me about what I'm attracted to. I can like when guys sometimes be saying like, oh yeah, like I'm only I only like niggas for the release. Like I want to be with women, like, but I only like, I only like men for the release. Like I understand that. I do. And regardless of what my content consists of, like I will probably be the most empathetic towards men in this particular sense. Now, I don't believe that men should live a life where they aren't disclosing these things to people because I think people should know like what they're getting into, just to be fair. So they have the opportunity to choose like, okay, this is the kind of guy that I'm dealing with. He has these desires, but his heart is here. And his attraction too. But he might have these deviancies that I might not be cool with. Or these trauma filled desires that I may not be cool with. And the same could be said for a woman. I don't believe that every man, I don't believe that every single man thinks that it's okay for a woman and a woman to be together. I think there are some men who might be repulsed by that. And there might be a man who is repulsed by the fact that I could get off watching two women have sex. Now, do I want to have sex with those women? No. But could I get off to that? Of course. Because I'm watching two attractive people do what I want or do what I like or act out things that I've never seen before that are intriguing. But me, I'm a little bit different. I feel like I'm all over the place because I've seen trans, I've seen man on man, I've seen girl on girl, and I have managed to get off to all of those different things. But I would say a large part of it is rooted in trauma, and that's why I don't watch porn anymore. It doesn't mean that those um I don't want to say desires. It doesn't mean that I couldn't still get off to those things. It doesn't mean that I feel like, oh, I'm a bad person for liking this and liking that. Fuck no. I'm not a bad person. It's just like these are the circumstances that happen to me, and these are the reasons why I like the things that I like. And for whatever reason, I can't help that. I'm not going to condemn myself for it. But at the same time, I'm honest with myself, and I'm just like, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I don't decide to feed it, if that makes sense. I'm not feeding into um I'm not feeding into my trauma of liking particular kind of things. Like I'm not going to do that. So I refuse to watch porn. I refuse. Cuz that would keep feeding what I believe in my mind not to be a sickness, but to be feeding those deviancies. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a fair shot at life of choosing what I like and what I don't like, and it was chosen for me. And now I am kind of like, I don't want to say like trapped, but now I have been just conditioned with just, I may like this and I may like that. It just is what it is. I'm just a person who just likes attractive people, period. But like, if I was talking about being in a relationship with somebody, I couldn't see myself being in a relationship with somebody other than a man because romantically on my day-to-day basis, like that's the only thing that I would want to carry on a relationship with. Not because that's just what society taught me, but because that's what I'm naturally drawn to. Right? Because I believe if I was, lesbian or bi or whatever the case may be, I think I would have definitely went ahead and did my big one by now. I'm about to be 34 years old next year. I think I would have just been like, fuck it, let me just explore this. But it wouldn't feel natural to me to explore that, because I just never been drawn to women romantically in that kind of way. Like, oh my God, I want to plan her hair. Um, I want to take her on dates. I want her to take me on dates. Like, I just don't feel that. I don't. And I think that because of the things that have happened to me in my past, I kind of have a level of internalized misogyny where I feel like sometimes men and women are means to an end. And it's not okay, but I'm just being honest. But I don't want you to feel like I don't want you to beat yourself up because these things have happened to you and you feel like a bit of confusion. And I'm just telling you, ask yourself this question. What are you naturally, after all of the things that you experience, who could you see yourself kicking it with in old age, holding hands on a porch, going out on dates, going out of the country? If it's a man, cool. If you're a guy and it's a man, cool. Don't be ashamed of that. You like who you like. Romantically, physically, you like who you like. If you feel like it's a woman, I would advise you to just be honest with that woman, because a woman like me would understand. If you've been through the things I've been through, I would understand. And I would accept you for who you are. Because there's a lot of people who wouldn't accept me for who I am because of what I went through. But that's a lot to take on, because what I know about niggas is like, regardless of what they say they are not going to do anymore, they still may very well act out those sexual deviancies, because y'all have an insatiable urge to just do certain kind of shit that women could just, we could hold it down. You know, we could hold it down. Beyond what's going on in our heads, we just know how to hold it down. And a lot of times y'all won't. Y'all will sit there and have families, and y'all will get married and do all of these different kind of things with a woman while still wanting to put your dick in another man or get sucked up or whatever it is you're into. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with you wanting to explore that. I'm just saying that you need to be honest with the people who you engage in romantic relationships, because they deserve a fair shot of messing with the real you, not the you try to tuck away. You need to be telling them, like, I may have some identity issues. I may need to figure out, like, if I do engage in a romantic relationship with you and it gets serious, like, I need to figure out, like, if this is something that I could, really hold down, or if I'm not living my truth and I need to open up myself and really see what's out there for me, and maybe try to see if being in a relationship with a man is something that I want to do, or if it's not. Please be open and honest. Please. Because like I said, I think that it is socially more acceptable for women to be whatever the fuck she wants to be, sexually. Um but at the same time, like I said, I feel like there's a subset group of men who just are just like, nah, I don't, specifically the religious ones. But religion ain't got shit to do with me being abused as a child. And, this is not a sickness that needs to get beaten out of me. It just is what it is. And I deal with my deviancies by not engaging in content and other kind of different things that would not even provoke me to act out these different kind of things. Just feed that lust bug. Because it could start with, watching just girl on girl. And like I said, it just transitioned through this rabbit hole of just like watching girl on girl, then watching guy on guy, then watching trans, then watching trans on guy and trans on girl, and just all of this different stuff. It's just like it's just like a never ending loop of never feeding the lust. So I'm not going to say that I don't take care of my deviancies on my own. I'm just saying that I don't use porn and other salacious content as a catalyst for me to get off anymore. I have my thoughts inside of my mind. I'm not using anybody else's body to help me masturbate. I'm just taking care of my business, how I take care of my business. And unfortunately, because I feel like these different things have been done to me, that they're just never going to go away. I can't tell you that if I go on Pornhub, like, and I see some shit that turn me on and it happened to be any one of the three of those categories, that I wouldn't be able to get off to that shit, because I guarantee you I could. Especially if they looking attractive to me. It just is what it is. So it's not about it's not about I guess feeling like you need to it's not about thinking that you have a sickness. It's just about understanding that certain circumstances in your life brought you to be the person that you are now, and you're just taming the beast. You're disciplining yourself to stay away from things that didn't naturally come to you. And because liking girls wasn't something that naturally came to me, I choose to stay away from that kind of stuff, not because I'm afraid of girls or afraid that if I look at a woman, I'll get turned on. No, because I wasn't given a fair shot. And because I wasn't given a fair shot as an adult, I'm reparenting myself and I'm protecting myself now from all of the salacious things that programmed me to unnaturally like things that I didn't have a chance at discovering on my own. The body never forgets. The body always keeps score. So it's kind of hard to navigate through shit like this, but it's a day-to-day process, and I think that I'm just discovering more about myself every single day, and maybe there's more knowledge that I'll come across in the future to share with you all to help you navigate through the situation. But this is where I'm at with it. Like, I just learned that I shouldn't be ashamed for what has happened to me. It wasn't my fault, right? It wasn't my fault. There was nothing that I could have done to prevent anyone from taking advantage of me as a child. And this is just what we got to deal with now. Much like if you like lost a limb or something like that, like it's just like, now we have to adjust to this way of life, and we have to figure out what is best for us moving forward when navigating in this world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I purposely have went on like a celibacy journey, and I stopped watching porn and all of this other kind of different stuff because I just needed to declutter my mind with all of those, I don't want to say impure thoughts, because I'm a human being. I'm going to have impure thoughts. Shit. I'll probably have an impure thought by the end of the night. What I'm saying is, like, I had to just declutter my mind and desexualize and reprogram my mind with positive things to look out for. And like I said, because I'm a human being, of course, I still crave sex. But at the same time, I don't go and seek after salacious material to keep feeding that lust bug that would keep hitting my pain bodies. I can't help how my body reacts to certain kind of shit, so I just choose to stay away from things that weren't naturally presented to me and that I didn't fall into by myself. That's all. I don't know if this at all makes sense, but for anybody who has experienced sexual abuse, sexual assault, rape, molestation, any of those things, um I empathize with you 100%. Whether you're a man or whether you're a woman and you're trying to figure shit out for yourself, trust me, I'm right there with you. I would say obviously I know who I am. I know what I like. I would just say, like, I would identify as a woman who obviously, romantically likes men, but I'm turned on by women. I don't want to have sex with them, but could I'm not I could be turned on by women, but I don't want to have sex with them, if that makes sense. So yeah. I mean, I don't know which better I don't know what better way to like put that. And it's only like in the setting of like sex. You know what I'm saying? It's never I don't want to say never in a setting because I've never been in a setting outside of just like being abused as a child. Like I've never as an adult been in a setting with a woman sexually, but I'm just saying, like, just visually through my screen, that's the only time that I like desire to see a woman in that particular kind of way, or have desired to want to see a woman in that particular kind of way. Outside of that, it's just like when I'm walking down the street, I don't be paying attention to these bitches. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I don't be like, ooh, when it on and shit, like nah. Mm-mm. Like, so yeah, it's kind of confusing. It's no, it's not even kind of. It's a lot of confusing to try to just figure out. But no, I don't blame myself, and I'm not gonna beat myself up for having an attraction towards certain kind of things because of what was presented to me. Um I have managed to make peace with my past. And what I did realize, or what I do realize now as an adult, is because this woman, well, I say she's a woman now because obviously we're older, but she was had to be about 3 years, maybe 4 years older than me. And I realized, like, as children, for this to happen to me when I was very young, and she was also very young as well, something had to be done to her. Somebody must have taught her something to have her do the things that she did to me, and have me do to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is not normal. But I've made peace with that, and I don't allow it to burden my life and cast this dark cloud over me anymore. Whereas for almost the last, I would say, 30 years, it has. Almost 30 years it has. So, um, yeah, it's just a day by day thing, but I don't live with any shame or things like that. Obviously, I wish the circumstances was better, but this is just the hand that I'm dealt. Don't beat yourself up about what has happened to you. Don't beat yourself up about what you may be sexually attracted to. And don't let other people make you feel like you're less of a human being because you have been through a set of circumstances that weren't necessarily favorable to you, but have led you to like the things that you like. I would just say get a firm control over limiting yourself to different kind of things or interactions that may cause you to act out in a way that's unnatural to you. To you. Fuck everybody else. That is unnatural to you. And like I say this because specifically for men, I know y'all have an insatiable urge to act out sexual things more than women do. And I don't know if that's just based off of conditioning or whatever, because it's not like, women don't have the desire or haven't had the desire to, you know, have different partners and different things like that. But I feel like we just hold it down better. We're better at self-control and discipline than men are. And again, I think that's just a skill that is supposed to be taught. Um and I don't know. Just living your truth. Even if it's ugly, baby, just living your truth. But yeah, that's all I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about today. Y'all do what y'all want. I'm gonna do what I will. Please get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about the topic. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Oh yeah, it's time for me to go, Betty. Bye bye. It's 10:30. I'll talk to y'all later.